Brought to you by Matthews Ford, Tulsa Bone and Joint, First National Bank of Broken Arrow, St. John Broken Arrow, TTCU Federal Credit Union, and the Arrow Group.
Welcome to Miller Stadium in Yukon, Oklahoma. Tiger football is on the air. Glad you're with us on 97.1 FM, the Sports Animal, and around the world on ArrowVision. Charlie Hannema and Steve Spavital, glad to be with you as always, as Broken Arrow tries to go to 8-0 on the season for the first time since 1997. It is a cool fall evening in Yukon, about 56 degrees. There were some sprinkles earlier. Those have gone away. And it is perfect football weather here in Yukon. Spav, Broken Arrow trying to go to 8-0 against this option attack for Yukon. What are your keys to the game today?
Well, I think first of all is we need to attack quick. Especially when they're running the option, stopping 2 to 3 phases, we need to really attack quick because this is an offense that is hard to come from behind. We've scored 166 points in the first 2 quarters versus our opponents' 34. So we start quick. We need to continue that, and that puts them in a bind, and it makes them really be not as efficient because they want to try to make bigger plays and do things that they normally don't do. Secondly, we need to experiment a little bit. We need to make sure that we can, to me, find ways to get Matt Kaiser in the game, a little more involved, I should say, in different ways, throw to him in the middle of the field, motion him, stack him, do things, and because this kid is dangerous when he gets the football. So I think we need to find ways to do that. Get Noah, let Noah get about 200 yards there, and we'll really be effective then, and that's going to control the line of scrimmage. But when we experiment, we need to experiment and give false tendencies for our opponents and really find a way to reduce our penalties because that could be an extreme factor when we get into the playoffs.
Noah Cortez starts the night 383 yards behind Jamal Shaw for the all-time school record. He is in second place, moved into second place last week with 119 yards on 20 carries at Edmond Santa Fe. The Tigers have taken the field in their road uniforms, white jerseys, black numbers with the black BA on the mid-shoulders of the numerals, black pants with the gold and white trim, black helmets with the gold BA. Yukon in the home reds, red jerseys with white trim, white numbers, white pants with red piping, the Yukon helmet white with a red Y. Broken Arrow won the toss, deferred to the second half, so the Tigers will kick to start the game and defend the north end zone. Broken Arrow going left to right on your screen, left to right in your imagination if you're listening to us on the Animal. Not much wind to speak of at all. The American flag in the north end zone is about stuck to the pole, so that shouldn't be a factor in the passing game, and we probably won't see much passing from Yukon at all. The Millers just 30 pass attempts all season, 14 completions, so an average of just 2 completed passes a game per for the Millers this season. Broken Arrow, 571 yards of offense in this game last year. Coach Alexander talked about it in the pregame show. Sometimes the Millers take chances and stop that run game. We could see a big night for Tate Robards and Quintevin Cherry.
Yeah, and that's because we get them behind early, and that's the whole concept here is this is an option team. They're going to get some big plays on us, because that's what they do. But they can't come from behind. So we get these quick starts. We get a 3-and-out here, and we score, and then now they're going to start taking chances.
Yukon's return team takes the field. Isaiah Butler does most of the returning for the Millers. B.J. Lee also a return man for Yukon. Tyler Crawford ready to kick things off. Check that. No, that is Crawford. Ready to kick things off as you look at Gavin Potter on your screen. Crawford is ready to kick things off. And we're underway in Yukon. It's a high arcing kick into the end zone. No return. So Tyler Crawford drops in another touchback, and the Millers will start at their own 20. As we mentioned, Yukon runs this option attack. So you'll see 5 linemen. You'll see 2 wingbacks, if you will, 1 on either side. You'll see a fullback behind the quarterback, and usually 1 receiver, maybe 2. Look for a lot of fakes. And a lot of misdirection as we get ready. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Jackson Young is the Yukon quarterback. He's under center. Motion. Now, interesting reset there. The Millers still not ready to go as Broken Arrow adjusts. Plenty of time on the play clock. It's at 13. Millers back to the sideline looking for instructions, and now we're ready to go for play number 1. Young takes the snap, keeps it himself, now pitches. Ball's on the turf and hit by Bryce Machota. The pitch went to Isaiah Butler, and it was just bobbled and dropped, so Machota stops him for a loss of 1 or 2.
Well, they're trying to block Machota, and that's almost impossible. That young man is tough. He gets off blocks better than anybody I know.
Officially a loss of 1. It's 2nd and 11 from the 19. Yukon is deliberate on offense. Edmond Santa Fe was quick to the line. The Millers are not. They'll come up, they'll check the play a lot. Jackson Young under center. Here we go, 2nd down. Pitch to the right. Caden Hernandez, the tailback, and he is dropped in the backfield by Tricky Stokes.
And there again, that's a guy that was being blocked by the wide receiver, and he just got around him like nothing and got a loss on the play.
Back up 2 more on that one. It's 3rd and 13 from the 17-yard line.
You know, here we are running a monster in the middle that's going to run the alley on the pitch, and we haven't had to do that yet.
Jackson Young under center, motion from left to right. Young this time sets up to pass. He's under pressure, fires. It's overthrown and incomplete. So Yukon will go 3 and out as the Broken Arrow defense looks solid early.
Oh, man, I tell you, that was impressive. You know, you get a loss, and an incompletion. Very good defense. The impressive thing was that it was the corners making the play and not the safeties or anybody else. It's the guy who's being blocked by a wide receiver that's making the play.
Caden Allen is the punter for the Millers. He's back at his 2. Takes the snap. Rugby-style rollout to the right. Good kick. It's away. It won't be returned, but Broken Arrow will start in Miller territory. They mark it at the 47-yard line. A 30-yard punt, no return. 1st and 10, BA at the Miller 47.
Great field position. I mean, anytime, there used to be a point in time when I was coaching that if you got the ball 2 times inside the 50-yard line, you're going to win the game. Well, we've already got the 1 right now.
Tate Robards leads the Broken Arrow offense onto the field. Noah Cortez, the lone tailback, single receiver left, twins to the right. 10:31 to go, no score. 1st and 10, Broken Arrow from the Miller 47. Now Newell shifts as the fullback. Give to Cortez up the middle, and look at the seam. Cortez to the 30, straight ahead, 20, 10, 5, house, touchdown, Broken Arrow. Noah Cortez snaps off a 47-yarder on the first carry. Straight up the middle,
wow,
untouched.
They are a man short on that because we pulled the backside guard. We just ran the power, and I'm telling you what, they didn't fit it too bad. What they did is they widened the hole a little bit, but they were a man short and couldn't get anybody on the ball carrier. Unbelievable.
Skylar Seagrave's on for the extra point. Matt Kaiser corrals the high snap, gets it down. Extra point is up and good with 10:23 to go in the first. Broken Arrow 7, Yukon nothing. This is Broken Arrow football.
The Tigers of 1929 tied for the Oil Valley Conference lead with rival Bixby Spartans. Broken Arrow's only loss coming at the hands of the Spartans, who finished their schedule with 2 ties and no losses. Apparently, Bixby wanted no more of our Tigers that year, as they refused a challenge from Broken Arrow after the season to play off the tie. This great moment in Tiger history is brought to you by First National Bank of Broken Arrow, a loyal fan of our community for over 100 years. First National Bank of Broken Arrow, the right balance.
B.J. Lee on the return.
B.J. Lee returns the Tyler Crawford squib kick to about the 21-yard line. Yukon takes over with 10:23 to go in the first, trailing Broken Arrow 7-0, excuse me. Broken Arrow all over Yukon, 3 and out on the first play, or the first drive. Tigers needed 1 play and 8 seconds to score. With 10:18 to go in the first quarter, it's Broken Arrow 7, Yukon nothing.
Talk about attacking quick. That was pretty quick.
Miller's back out in their option set. Jackson Young, the quarterback. Takes the snap, hands off to the fullback. That's Landon Donahoe, their leading rusher. He didn't pick up much. No gain, but that's Yukon's best offensive play so far.
Well, and they're kind of dictating where they're going too, because they got 2 backs in the backfield and they've unbalanced the line. So we shifted over right where they ran the football.
They'll give it a gain of 1. It's 2nd and 9. 9:47 to go, opening quarter. Broken Arrow already up 7-0. Young under center in this flex bone option attack. Keeps it to the right, pitches to Caden Hernandez. Hernandez cuts inside, has a few, close to the 30 before he's brought down. Gain of about 6 or so on that one.
He was hit at the line of scrimmage, though. So he had to really adjust his path to get himself to get that 6 yards.
Be 3rd and 3. Ball at the 29.5-yard line. Broken Arrow leading Yukon 7-zip. If you're just joining us, Yukon went 3 and out. Noah Cortez got the ball after the punt. 47 yards to the house on the first play. 3rd and 3 for the Millers.
Well, they're putting 2 backs in the backfield now.
Young takes the snap, gives it to the fullback Donahoe. Donahoe has a seam across the 40, still on his feet, rumbling across the 45 to midfield, still loose. They're pushing the pile into Broken Arrow territory, across the 45 to the 43, and a late flag comes in. If it stands, it's a gain of 26.
I'm not sure I like that, aiding the runner like that.
They'll tack on 15 with a personal foul against the Tigers. Congratulations to the 2018-19 Broken Arrow Site Teachers of the Year. They're scrolling on your screen if you're with us on ArrowVision. If you're listening to us on the Animal, you can read about them at baschools.org. 1st and 10, Yukon at the Broken Arrow 29. Miller's in the option look again. Young under center, takes the snap. Pitch to the tailback, Hernandez. Hernandez to the 30, inside the 25. He's got a seam, forced out of bounds, but he picks up a first down and gets to the 15. 14-yard gain there, and the Tigers are having a little bit of trouble on this drive.
Well, that young man's got some speed, because we were there. We read it very easily. We were there at the line of scrimmage, but the kid ran around us, and he had some pretty good speed.
1st and 10, Yukon at the Broken Arrow 15. Tigers leading 7-0, 8:05 to go, opening quarter. Young back to the line. 2-back set. Takes a snap, gives the fullback, Donahoe again. Donahoe picks up a few, gets to about the 10 before he's tripped up by, I think it was Potter.
Well, I'm not sure if they showed. I hadn't seen a lot of the 2-back option that they're running, and, sometimes that creates some issues for us. they're squeezing the receiver down close to the offensive tackle and then having 2 backs in the backfield.
2nd and 6, 7:20 to go. Broken Arrow 7, Yukon nothing. Tight formation for the Millers. Young keeps it, pitches back to Butler, and Butler's tripped up in the backfield. That was Adonis Ballard. Good stop by Ballard to move the Millers back a few.
Good defense. They're going to have, you know, they ran that one on the perimeter, and I just can't see them making a living running the ball in the perimeter on us. It's going to be tough.
Officially a loss of 3 on the play. It's 3rd and 9 from the 14. 6:43 to go. Broken Arrow leading 7-zip off a 47-yard Noah Cortez touchdown run. Yukon, though, putting together a long drive. This is play number 7. Motion from left to right. They toss it to Hernandez, the motion man. He tries to get to the outside, and holy smokes, he's blown up by Kewan Tolbert. Slusher was in there too, but Tolbert laid the hammer.
That was a heck of a hit right there. You know, that's really what that was. They went back to the one-back offense, and they threw like what we used to call a quick pitch. But you can't. I mean, you've got to hit that edge right now. You can't hesitate there because our speed.
Miller's attempting a field goal here. It'll be a 30-yarder. Snap spot. The kick is up. It has the distance, and it's in. A 30-yard field goal by Cody Watson, and the Millers get on the board.
You know, that's the first opponent that's gotten the red zone on the first drive in a long time, or the second drive. But it's usually been, these last few games, they haven't been in the red zone. Well, only one time the last few games, but it was late in the game.
It was an 8-play, 65-yard drive. It took up 4 minutes and 26 seconds. The scoring play, a 30-yard field goal by Cody Watson.
So I take it they're winning the possession time right now, since it took us how many seconds?
8.
8 seconds to run that play.
Broken Arrow return team is on the field. Tricky Stokes and Isaiah Keller back deep for BA. We'll see if Watson tries to kick it deep. His setup suggests otherwise. He's setting up for the directional high kick, and that's what we get. Angling toward the near side, fielded at the 20. That's Trayvon Client. Client going back across the field, now outside the left hash 40. Got a block across the 50 to the 40. Staggering, brought down at about the 30. I think he just outran himself.
Our own guy tackled him, tripped him up. Can you believe that? Oh, man, he scored a touchdown. He gets tangled up.
Yeah, he got tangled up with Stokes as Stokes was trying to make a touchdown block.
Oh, gosh, that's awesome.
But a great return by Trayvon Client, a 46-yarder. Gets it to the 29-yard line of Yukon.
That's twice we've been inside the 50 already.
So Broken Arrow starts with 5:39 to go in the third at the Miller 29.
I love watching special teams. I love the success. I was so impressed with Isaiah Keller last week just in the punt returns.
Tigers waiting for Yukon to take the field. I formation. Kaiser Newell, check that. Single back. Robards the quarterback. Cortez the tailback with 2 receivers to the right. Now they reposition, move Cortez just to the side of Robards. They give it to him on the counter. Not a whole lot there as he gets to the numbers, and he's bottled up. So that time, Yukon did have an answer for Cortez. Gain of half a yard, if that.
Well, we hadn't run the counter yet. We hadn't run the counter yet. I mean, that's the first time we've run the counter in a while. But we hadn't run the power. The power went untouched. I'm kind of curious to see what happens when we get Q in here and see what the offense looks like.
They'll give it a yard, 2nd and 9 from the 29-yard line. Broken Arrow leading 7-3. Isaiah Keller now short motion right to left. Tate Robards takes the snap, play fake, sets up. Plenty of time looking downfield for Matt Kaiser, and it's knocked away. Good play by Connor Sudduth, the free safety, to knock that ball away, and Kaiser is a little slow to get up.
I like what they're doing. I like what he's doing, though. We're dropping back, throwing the football. This is something we have to really work on because, like I told you, we've outgained our opponents by 1,245 yards. Well, 1,217 of them was running the football, so we've got to really be effective throwing.
Kaiser checks out. We'll keep an eye on him on the sideline. 3rd and 9, 4 receivers for Broken Arrow. Robards drops back, has time, dumps it out to Logan Matthews. It's bobbled and incomplete. Owen Olson made a big hit as Matthews bobbled the ball, and that brings up a 4th down for the Tigers.
You know, we had some communication issues there because we're trying to run the jailbreak in the boundary, but for some reason something didn't happen. The communication timing or something.
For some reason, the Yukon clock operators kept the game clock running on that incompletion. We won't tell anybody. 4th and 9. Robards back to pass again. Now under pressure, feels it, and he's going to be brought down, swallowed up. Jacoby Kopasaw and Owen Olson in there on the sack, and that's a big loss on 4th down.
Yeah.
The Tigers turn it over on downs. The drive started at the 29, and it'll end at the 42.
You know, we started on the 29, like you said. That's crazy. That sack and a few things there. That miscommunication. We'll be okay, though. I mean, these are all learning processes for us right here.
Just the 8th 3-and-out for Broken Arrow this season. Technically, that one's a 4-and-out. 4:04 to go first quarter. Yukon starts at its own 41, trailing 7-3. Jackson Young, he's going to pass this time, going downfield, and that's picked. Intercepted by Bryce Machota.
Oh, that kid's a stud.
The Millers tried to take a shot on 1st down, and Bryce Machota grabs the momentum and swings it right back to BA.
You know, Bryce is like that hidden gem. He's the guy no one ever talks about, but I tell you what, he's the greatest tackler that we have. He's tough. He plays so solid. He gets everybody lined up. I mean, he's an amazing young man.
They were looking for Owen Olson and threw it right between both safeties. Slusher and Machota were both there. Machota comes away with the ball, and Broken Arrow starts again at its own 41, leading 7-3 with 3:57 to go in the first. Tate Robards still your quarterback. He takes the snap, gives to Cortez. Cortez fighting up the middle. Across the 45, brought down in between the hashes at about the 47.
Well, I think we knew what we were running. We get 2 backs in the backfield finally. We run the power, and, you know, and you get 6 yards on the carry. Pretty effective. You know, we've averaged about, I think, on the per play, 6.8 yards per play. And that's pretty amazing. That's pretty explosive.
2nd and 4 from the 47. Tight formation for BA this time. Robards hands off to Cortez straight ahead. Met immediately, but still churning his feet. Across the 50, he's going to be close to the chains, but I think still short.
Yeah, just barely short, so.
3rd and about half a yard as Cortez picks up 3 on 2nd down.
Yeah, we're bringing some heavier bodies in. We're just going to run the power here, and it's going to be pretty effective. 3rd and 1. No one has been able to stop that all year.
3rd and 1. Broken Arrow leading 7-3. Robards takes the snap, gives it to Cortez straight ahead. Powers off his man. He has the First National Bank first down. They'll stop his forward progress across the 50 at the Yukon 47. Tigers came into the night 53% on 3rd down, 38 for 72. 1 for 2 tonight. Four receiver look for the Tigers this side. 1 to the left, 3 to the right. Robards takes the snap, gives it to Cortez. Cortez a seam across the 40, 35, still on his feet. Outran the first tackler, gets to the 31. Another First National Bank first down for Noah Cortez. And this Looks more like the Tiger offense we expected.
Absolutely. We're getting the one back now. Just ran the zone in there, and he just surfed it and cut it back and did a wonderful job running the football.
17-yard gain down to the 30. Quintevin Cherry in for the first time tonight at quarterback. 2:05 to go, opening quarter. Broken Arrow up 7-3. Cherry now adjusting the play, moving Cortez from his right side to his left side. Now back to the right. Timeout, Broken Arrow. Coach Alexander not pleased with what was going on there as the play clock was winding down.
Yeah, we've had a few times we've had some communication errors, so we've got to settle down, just settle down and play football, and we'll be fine. You know, what's real curious about our stats this year has been really important is that probably to me the most 5 important stats that you can have is one, explosiveness is like what you do per yard, per play, you know, 6.8 yards, and then the efficiency is our conversions. I've never seen a team that can convert like we have, 53%, 73 on 4th down. We average over 20 yards more than our opponents on starting field position. We're 90% in the red zone, so we finish our drives, and we're +5 in the turnover. You can't ask for anything better than that from a football team, no matter what level it is.
Last year, Broken Arrow was just 31% on 3rd down. This year, 53. So,
and that's not bad, 31%. So you can see where we're at.
Back ready to go out of the timeout. Cherry, the quarterback, on 1st and 10 from the 30. 1:51 to go, first quarter. Cherry takes the snap, gives to Cortez. Cortez dancing at the line. Across the 30, picks up about 4 before he's wrestled down at the 26.
Yeah, he's surfing that zone again and cut it right back and got 5 yards on the carry. Great job. You know, we're going to slowly wear him down because he is so hard to tackle.
Second and 6 coming here from the 26. Cherry out of the gun. Back to pass for the first time tonight. Cherry firing a rocket for Kaiser. It was just too tall.
He was there too. Yeah, just a little bit out of his reach.
Nice route by Kaiser. He was open in the middle of the Yukon defense. Cherry has such a cannon, just a little too much mustard on that one.
But I like seeing him do that. I really do. We've got to open up the playbook and just do some drop back stuff and not play action stuff.
Tate Robards is back in at quarterback for Broken Arrow on 3rd and 6 from the 26. 1:09 to go, first quarter. BA 7, Yukon 3. Robards takes the snap, gives to Cortez straight ahead. Cortez has the first down and more, still on his feet inside the 20. Somebody lost a helmet. First National Bank first down for Broken Arrow. Who lost his helmet? Newell? Kaiser Newell
yeah.
lost his helmet on that one.
Yeah. Well, run the power. You know, I was thinking more that we were going to fake the power and run the bootleg off of it. But no, we ran the power. And
9-yard gain there for Cortez.
I know. I mean, on 3rd and 6, 3rd and 5.
Inside a minute to go, first quarter. Cortez already has 8 carries for 90 yards. 1st and 10, Broken Arrow at the Yukon 17. Robards gives to Cortez again. Cortez tried to stretch it to the outside, but he's hit and brought down. Elijah Wallace, the strong safety, made the tackle on that one.
Yeah, I don't know if he hit the wrong hole or what. He lost his footing there and went down on the play because he's not that easy to tackle.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10. 22 seconds to go. Opening quarter. Broken Arrow 7. Yukon 3. Tigers trying to go to 8-0 on the season for the first time since Rick Jones' club did it in 1997. Back to Cherry at quarterback. He takes the snap, keeps it himself off the fake to Tolbert. Cherry got inside the 15 to the 14.
I think he just hurried it too much. I think if he would have been a little more patient there and let the blocking open up, I think he would have been a lot more successful. But
that's how the first quarter comes to an end. Broken Arrow will have the ball 3rd and medium in Yukon territory. After this, Tigers lead 7-3.
Man, that was quick.
–
The 1938 Tigers were undefeated and Class B state champions, led by All-State tackle Melvin Perry, quarterback Ralph Moore, back Jesse Kelly, and guard Jack Nafee. The Tigers squared up against heated rival Bixby to end the season. Ralph Moore, running behind some beautiful blocking, scampered 85 yards for a touchdown as the Tigers won the championship and routed the Spartans to stay undefeated. This great moment in Tiger history is brought to you by First National Bank of Broken Arrow, a loyal fan of our community for over 100 years. First National Bank of Broken Arrow, the right balance. The 1938 Tigers were undefeated and Class B state champions, led by All-State tackle Melvin Perry, quarterback Ralph Moore, back Jesse Kelly, and guard Jack Nafee. The Tigers squared up against heated rival Bixby to end the season. Ralph Moore, running behind
Bring us back as quick as you can.
Scampered 85 yards for a touchdown as the
Shortest quarter change in recent memory. Tate Robards found Isaiah Keller for a completion down to the 1 yard line. So Broken Arrow will start the second quarter now. First and goal from the 1. A First National Bank first down there. 11:48 to go in the second quarter. Tigers in position to go up 14-3. Tate Robards under center. Alex Arroyo in at fullback in front of Cortez. Robards takes the snap, gives to Cortez straight ahead, and he walks in. Touchdown, Broken Arrow.
Wow. That was, I think I could have ran that one. That offensive line is just really creating some holes there.
22nd touchdown of the season for Noah Cortez, the 41st of his Tiger career. Skylar Seagraves is on for the extra point. Matt Kaiser will hold as we get ready for the left-footed PAT. Seagraves on the season, 41 of 43. Snap, spot, kick is up, and this one is good too. So with 11:31 to go in the second, Broken Arrow leading Yukon now 14-3.
Yeah, we're back to where we need to be right now. You know, possession time, we've caught back up on possession time. We have 94 yards of offense already. We're really doing a good job. You know, we would have more, except, you know, we've had some really good field position there. So we just got to keep going and keep working it.
Through a quarter and 2 plays, Noah Cortez, 10 carries, 91 yards, 2 touchdowns, averaging 9.1 yards per carry. That one affected a little bit by the 47-yarder he snapped off on Broken Arrow's first offensive play of the game.
Yeah, it's just tough on opponents to try and stop our running game because our offensive line just comes off. They're trying to run a double eagle on us. They're bringing the linemen in really tight, and we're just creating double teams and then working it right in there, and it's just hard to defend.
Tyler Crawford's kick is fielded by B.J. Lee. He stretches it back to the near side, has a seam, lead to the 30. One man to beat. He'll be forced out of bounds. Good job by Crawford to corral Lee and force him out at the 47, but a good return by Yukon. The Millers have a player shaken up at about the 20.
But what a great tackle by Crawford. That was pretty impressive.
Aaron Shaw, the Miller that was slow to get up on that one. He walked off under his own power, though. First and 10, Yukon at its own 47. 11:22 to go in the second. Tigers leading 14-3. Jackson Young looks for the play from the sideline.
They spend more time looking at the sideline than they do running the play. They're unbalancing it now back in the 2 backs.
Young under center. Takes the snap, fakes to the fullback, pitches it out to Isaiah Butler. Butler across the 50, and a big hit there by Kewan Tolbert. He's flying around tonight.
I know. Well, he's that monster guy. He's the monster guy in the middle, and he's just running down on the pitch. And he does it so fast, so quickly, and very aggressive with it, too.
10:59 to go, second quarter. Broken Arrow 14, Yukon 3. 2nd and 6. Just across midfield now at the Broken Arrow 49-yard line. Young under center, running this option attack. Pitch this one to the right. It's Caden Hernandez. Hernandez to the 50, to the 45, and he's thrown down by Tolbert again.
Yeah, I thought maybe they were going to call. They're wanting to have a horse collar call. It was pretty close, but I couldn't tell. Well, here's the funny thing about it is they're running 3 receivers one side, but see, the number 2 receiver's ineligible. He's not even eligible, and then you know here we are trying to defend it. It's tough.
Gain of 4. It'll be 3rd and 1. All bunched up. Yukon under center. Jackson Young's just going to sneak it. Good push there across the 40. They'll spot him at the 39. So give him 5 yards on the quarterback sneak on 3rd and 1. It's first down Millers at the BA 39.
Yeah, now they've reached, you know, here again, they've been in the red zone twice now. They're inside the 40. That's what I consider the red zone. And this is what's important is what you do in the red zone. I mean, this is what my boys consider the red zone, you know, in the college level, and this is what I do. And it's just, this is so important. It opens up your playbook, and what you do with it counts.
9:39 to go. Broken Arrow leading 14-3 here in the second. Jackson Young fakes to the fullback, pitch far side. Isaiah Butler being chased by some Tigers, but Butler has room. First down yardage inside the 30 before he steps out of bounds at the 28. A gain of 11 for Isaiah Butler.
He just ran out of bounds too, didn't he?
Maybe had a yard or 2 more, but this option on the perimeter is working at times.
Yeah, because they're unbalanced, like I'm telling you. They have 2 receivers on the line of scrimmage, and the number 2 receiver is ineligible. And all he's doing is pinning the pursuit, and then he's trying to pick and choose on the perimeter.
Jeremy Reed's going to take a timeout to talk about this one. It's 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line. Timeout Millers with 9:26 to go in the first half.
Yeah, and here's the thing is our D-line has been doing so well. They've been getting so much better these last few weeks as far as getting off blocks and making tackles. But when you play an offense like this, they don't run the ball in the middle. You know, if they do, it is so quick-natured that you don't have time to get off. It's just strictly for linebackers. So they're playing, you know, they're playing to our weakness, I should say, if we have one. And I don't really believe it is, because we're going to end up running things down because our speed is so much better and our toughness is too.
This portion of Broken Arrow football brought to you by St. John Broken Arrow and Tulsa Bone and Joint. Moving life forward, the official healthcare sponsors of the Broken Arrow Tigers. 9:26 to go in the second quarter. Broken Arrow leading Yukon 14-3. Millers with the ball, 1st and 10 at the Broken Arrow 28-yard line. Jackson Young, the quarterback under center for the Millers, takes the snap, fakes to the fullback, now pitches to Caden Hernandez. Hernandez, though, chopped down to the backfield. Miles Slusher. Nice job by Slusher, and Yukon has a lineman shaken up. Check that. That's the quarterback, Young. He must have got hit carrying out a fake because he was nowhere near where the play ended up, and he's a little wobbly.
Yeah, we're making him pitch it really quick. But the good thing is Slusher just came off a block and just made a play. We're beating him there to the point of attack.
Young will stay in the game. It's a loss of 5. 2nd and 15 from the 33.
Just a great play by Miles.
Option again, Young this time is going to keep it, but Gavin Potter picks him up and goes WWF on him and slams him to the turf. That's the state champion wrestler coming out.
Yeah, you don't want to get tangled up with him. He's going to win.
Loss of 2 more on that one. It'll be 3rd and 17, all the way back at the 35.
Well, we just never gave them the opportunity to run the option. We made the quarterback keep the football immediately, and then he got hit.
3rd and 17 for the Millers. 8:01 to go, first half. Short motion, Young drops back to pass, fires up a prayer, and that's picked. Intercepted by Slusher. Slusher still on his feet at the 10, stretching back to the Broken Arrow sideline. 30, 40, across the 50, has a block now, spin move, and Slusher gets brought down at the 46-yard line.
Oh my God, there wasn't anybody near him. There wasn't even a receiver in the area.
Gives Slusher 44 yards on the interception return. Jackson Young just dropped back, fired up a prayer.
That was just excellent. Excellent catch, just excellent return. Getting the ball to the 46-yard line, the plus 46-yard line. That's our 3rd time that we have started a possession inside the 50-yard line. Incredible at this time. And we're just in halfway through the 2nd quarter.
I'd say it was almost like a punt.
Yeah.
But it was a punt with a great return because Broken Arrow's inside Yukon territory at the 46.
And they were in the red zone. You can't do those things. You gotta produce points when you're in the red zone.
Yukon coach Jeremy Reed is discussing something with the referee, Colby Miller. Now they break up the chat. Both go their respective ways, and we're ready for 1st and 10 from the 46. Jackson Young, the Yukon quarterback, 0 of 3 passing, 2 interceptions.
Okay, big Q's in the game now. So we got a little quarterback run game right here.
Pre-snap trade. Dax Wilson, the tight end. Kaiser Newell go from left to right. Cherry, designed quarterback run, and look at the scene for him, 40, 30. Cherry's going to go, 10, 5 to the house. Quintevin Cherry, touchdown, Broken Arrow.
You knew it was because, see, we didn't have a back in the backfield. We had a fullback sitting up there next to the line of scrimmage. You knew it was going to be the quarterback power. And it sure was. And, boy, he ran untouched, just untouched. What a great play. That young man, I just love this offense when he's in there.
Cherry turns on the afterburners and finds the end zone from 46 yards out. His 9th, check that, 7th rushing touchdown of the season. 7 rushing touchdowns now for Quintevin Cherry. Skylar Seagraves on for the extra point. Snap spot, the kick is up, and it is good. 7:30 to go, first half. Broken Arrow 21, Yukon 3. This is Broken Arrow football.
Happiness is getting what you want. But first, let me explain how I got here. When I needed a vehicle, I went online.
Hey, JD, these guys like to fly, so.
Click here, buy here, come here. So overwhelming. I want the best price and selection with the least hassle. So it's simple. I clicked on MatthewsFordBA.com, made an appointment to take a test drive, and was greeted with a warm handshake and the fantastic price that matched what I saw online. Click, shop, drive at MatthewsFordBA.com, only in Broken Arrow.
My dad's always saying a little extra effort now will really pay off later. Here's how you can put in just a little extra effort and help out our schools in a big way. Just switch your checking account to TTCU. It's easy. You get $150 just for switching. And every time you use your school pride card, TTCU donates to our schools. So far, over $1 million. They're the only ones doing that. So make the switch to TTCU and be the person who's making a difference for our schools.
Welcome back to Yukon. Broken Arrow leading 21-3 with 7:30 to go in the first half. Quintevin Cherry, the last touchdown. It was a one-play, 46-yard drive off an interception by Miles Slusher. B.J. Lee returns the Yukon kick, and this was all sorts of messed up. Lee fielded at the 5, had no idea what his blockers were doing. He started back to the right, then froze like a deer in headlights, went back to the left, and Kewan Tolbert just threw him to the ground.
Well, see, the biggest issue is they had a right return, and we kicked it left. And this young man had to try to, this is where your kickoff returns got to adjust. You can't run that.
7:22 to go. Yukon will start this drive at its own 6. 1st and 10, Millers at their own 6, trailing 21-3. Jackson Young under center. They just go straight ahead to the fullback, and that went nowhere. Colton Collier. Now check that. Add that to the first time I got fooled tonight. Caden Hernandez on the pitch. I was right on it going nowhere, though. Gain of about 1.
Well, we're just coming off the blocks. You just better hope they don't throw the ball, because they've thrown the ball 3 times already tonight, and 2 of them have been interceptions. So I would say don't throw it.
6:55 to go. Second quarter, Broken Arrow leading 21-3. 2nd and 8, Millers at their own 8. Yukon in no hurry. Jackson Young barking out some instructions as he reads the Tiger defense, trying to rearrange the backfield. Young takes the snap. It's a pitch, and this one's going to be swallowed up in the backfield by Campbell Yeager. Big loss on the play all the way back to the 1.
Wow, what a great read by that young man. Great read.
We talk about following keys, and Yeager was all over that one for Broken Arrow. A big loss. It'll be 3rd and 15.
Well, we were there to hit the fullback. We were there, for the quarterback in the pit. We were there in all 3 phases. We're just too fast for him right now.
Safety dance time potential here for Broken Arrow. Inside 6 minutes to go, first half. It's 21-3 Tigers. Yukon backed all the way up to its 1. Jackson Young under center. Millers moved early. So we'll go from the 1 to the half.
Yeah, they were trying to get the fullback real quick, and we knew what they were doing. We knew.
No, they'll say timeout before the snap.
Oh, is that what it was?
Jeremy Reed didn't like it.
Yeah.
Boy, that was close. It looked like they were about to snap it, and they blew it dead.
I know. Well, the thing is we stemmed our linemen in really tight to anticipate the fullback dive, and they were trying that, and we were going to hit it right in the mouth. I like the way we're stemming on some of these things right now.
Total yards right now in the game, Broken Arrow 140 yards, 127 on the ground, 13 through the air. Yukon with 60 yards, all on the ground. The Millers 2 of 5 on 3rd down. This will be 3rd down number 6, and it will be tough. 3rd and 15 from the 1.
And again, see, they're already down 21-3, and this is an offense, as you can see, they can't throw the football. So it's hard to come from behind. They just can't do it. It's impossible the way they do it. And
5:48 to go, first half. Broken Arrow in control, leading 21-3. Noah Cortez has 2 touchdowns. Quintevin Cherry has the other. Yukon has a 30-yard field goal. Here we go, 3rd and 15 from the Yukon 1. Jackson Young under center. Tigers bringing the heat. Might have jumped into the zone. They're going to get Collier. It'll still be 3rd and 10.
They needed that.
But Yukon gets a little breathing room.
I know, that's what they needed. But it's not going to affect them now. It's just 3rd and 10 now. And they can't throw the football, so they're going to have to try to be a little more creative running the ball than they have been.
Third and 10 from the 6. Young looks over to the sideline. Now tells his troops in the huddle, and here come the Millers. 4-man front for Broken Arrow. They got rid of the middle backer. They go with the reverse, and that's swallowed up. It was Tolbert again on the tackle, and it's going to be 4th and long.
Man, it's like everything they do, we know it ahead of time. I mean, that's how creative that was. I mean, great defense that was. They were trying to run the slot receiver. Instead of bringing him up over and be the pitch man, they ran him underneath and handed the ball to him on like a zip type sweep. And
Yukon's punter is seriously backed up. Caden Allen is in the shadows of the left upright. He takes the snap. Tigers bringing heat, and it's a shanked punt. Very short, wobbling to the right. Hits at the 20 and rolls back towards the end zone. like a good sand wedge. About 4 yards of backspin on that one. And it's going to be 1st and 10, Broken Arrow at the Miller 16.
Oh, my gosh.
An 11-yard punt by Caden Allen, and the Tigers are knocking on the doorstep again.
Oh, my gosh. Here it is. If we can't go 16 yards and score, I think we need to fire Coach Wilkinson. What do you think?
That's intense. The boss is standing right over Spav's shoulder right now. I don't know who he's going to pull the hook on, the color guy or the offensive coordinator.
Oh, gosh, I'm too old.
It'll be 1st and 10, Broken Arrow at the Miller 16. Tigers leading 21-3 with 4:59 to go first half.
And we got Q in the game here, so we know what's going to happen here.
Jerry Baum package in for the Tigers. This time he gives to Cortez. Cortez spun and chopped down at the 11, gain of 5.
Yeah, just wanted a quick zone in there. We're trying to experiment a little bit more than you anticipate. We know we can run the power and score. So it's like, let's experiment with some other different formations and plays. We haven't run a lot of just simple zones. We've always tried to run the dart type plays.
2nd and 5 from the 11. Cherry out of the gun, takes the snap, sets back, firing, looking for Kaiser. Kaiser was all sorts of tangled up, and then a flag comes in from the back judge. They're going to get pass interference there. Kaiser got mugged.
Yeah, but I'm not quite sure that was pass interference. The ball was definitely short, and he was coming back to the receiver.
He was grabbing him. Pass interference is the signal for Colby Miller. So that should get Broken Arrow a first down. Penalty at the 11. That'll go half the distance here with my California math, the 5.5. So First National Bank first down. 1st and goal, Broken Arrow. 4:18 to go, first half. 21-3 BA. Quintevin Cherry, the quarterback, double tight. Cherry bomb set here. Quintevin Cherry takes the low snap, follows the lead blockers, rumbling, diving over the pile. He's going to be short, but they'll mark him down at the 1.
Yeah. Unbalancing the line there. It's good play.
2nd and goal from the 1. Cherry's our quarterback. 50-50 guess if it's Cherry or Cortez on this touchdown on this play. It's Cherry straight ahead, still on his feet, trying to stretch over the goal line. No signal yet, and they're going to say 3rd down. They're going to say Cherry was stopped short. 3:30 to go, first half. Broken Arrow leading 21-3 and knocking on the doorstep for more. 3rd and goal. Tate Robards comes in to replace Cherry, and I think this is a perfect time for the Kaiser Newell patented fullback dive. What do you think?
Yeah, the power. Should have 2, what do we have, 3 backs in the backfield?
They'll go jumbo set. Robards takes the snap, gives to Cortez, straight ahead and in. Touchdown, Broken Arrow. 3rd touchdown of the game for Noah Cortez, and it's 27-3 Broken Arrow.
How many does that make Noah have touchdown-wise?
42 for his career.
That's incredible.
23 on the season. Alex Arroyo, the lead blocker on that one, as Matt Kaiser takes a knee and gets ready to hold for the Skylar Seagraves extra point. Snap is good. The hold is good. Seagraves' extra point is up and right down the middle. With 3:02 to go in the 2nd quarter, it's Broken Arrow 28, Yukon 3. TTCU Federal Credit Union salutes a Teacher of the Week at each Tiger home game. Tiger senior student athletes nominated teachers who impacted their lives as part of a leadership event this summer. Each teacher selected will receive a $100 Visa gift card courtesy of TTCU. Did you know TTCU has donated almost $125,000 to Broken Arrow Public Schools through the School Pride Check Card program? I have my card. Stop by a branch and ask how you can get yours today. A 4-play, 16-yard touchdown drive took up a minute 57, capped off by that 1-yard run by Noah Cortez, and it's 28-3 Tigers with 3:02 to go in the first half. Couple other scores as we wait for the Tyler Crawford kickoff. Owasso leads Mustangs 7-0 early. Enid up 13-7 on Edmond Memorial. Crawford's kick is away. It's going to be returned. Fielded by Isaiah Butler. He goes to the left, and he has trouble finding any space as well. Butler chopped down at the 15. Zeno Marcuselli in on the tackle. Yukon's really struggling with that return game. They had the one early, but then the last two have just nothing.
Well, we kicked it left, and they had we kicked it to their right, and they had a return to the left. I mean, they're actually given some kind of a tendency, and we're kicking it away from it.
How about return it the direction they kick it?
Duh.
Seems noble. I don't know.
No, but that's what they're doing is they're not, and it's really hurting them right now.
Millers will start at their own 15, 1st and 10, trailing 28-3. Motion from left to right. Young on the option pitch. Nowhere again. Miles Slusher just swallowed up the tailback Butler. Holy cow.
They're going to have to get a little more creative. Golly.
What's the quarterback reading there? Because he fakes it to the fullback, and then he pitches it to his guy, knowing that Slusher's coming right in to just destroy him. Quarterback didn't have much time either, as Gavin Potter slammed him to the turf as he watched the replay there on ArrowVision. Wow.
Well, he's thinking Slusher is covering the number 2 receiver, but when he basically bubbled out, Slusher just went for the pitch.
2nd and 15 from the 10. Motion to the right. Young ready to pass, firing. Intercepted, and here comes Machota. Touchdown, Broken Arrow. There's a flag in the end zone.
Oh, no.
There could be roughing the passer as Jackson Young is on his back. Helped to his feet by his teammates, so hold everything here.
Golly. Machota, what a great player. I'm telling you, that young man last week especially impressed me.
Colby Miller's call was a personal foul, so it looks like it's a late hit. The touchdown will stand. No microphone for Colby Miller, so we'll have to do our best at the signals, but he did signal a dead ball personal foul. So if that's the case, the touchdown will stand, and it looks like it does as Seagraves is on for the extra point. Bryce Machota, a pick 6 for the Tigers, and it's 34-3. Snap spot, Seagraves bangs home another one. 2:03 to go, second quarter. Broken Arrow 35, Yukon 3. This is Broken Arrow football.
My dad's always saying a little extra effort now will really pay off later. Here's how you can put in just a little extra effort and help out our schools in a big way. Just switch your checking account to TTCU. It's easy. You get $150 just for switching. And every time you use your school pride card, TTCU donates to our schools. So far, over $1 million. They're the only ones doing that. So make the switch to TTCU and be the person who's making a difference for our schools.
To get great care for your everyday life, you need more than an everyday doctor. You need one that listens. And that's just what Ascension doctors at St. John do. Listening to
on 2:03 to go in the second, excuse me. Broken Arrow leading Yukon 35-3. There's a 16-yard interception return by Bryce Machota. And it's all Broken Arrow. 15 yards back on the unnecessary roughness penalty, so Crawford will kick this off from the 25. Left-footed kick is away.
See,
it hops at the 20. Fielded by B.J. Lee. He picks up a few yards and steps out of bounds just inside his own 30.
Well, we're game planning this very well because obviously we're kicking away from their wall. They have a tendency showing us where the return is coming from, and we're kicking it away. So they're not going to have anybody in front of it.
The stats on Jackson Young, 0 of 4 passing, 3 interceptions.
Wow.
Not great, Bob.
Well, their first 6 possessions have all dealt with 3 interceptions, 2 on downs, 1 field goal.
1:59 to go, second quarter. Broken Arrow 35, Yukon 3. They hand it off to the fullback Donahoe, and that goes nowhere. Collier on the tackle there for Broken Arrow. That was actually Noah Davis, the fullback. Credit him with a loss of 2.
Yeah. They're going to have a difficult time with that. I mean, the fullback play. They had hit it. They popped it one time on us.
And there's a hold as well on that one. Didn't see the flag on the field, but Colby Miller signals a hold, talking to the Broken Arrow captains. I think they're going to decline this.
Oh, yeah.
They're still thinking about it. Now the umpire's going to walk it back, so they are going to take the penalty. It'll be 1st and 20 from the 19. 1:38 to go.
Well, if I was a Yukon fan, I hope they don't throw the football right now.
They're going to go 11 yards on that penalty and call it 1st and 21 from the 17. 22. Something like that. 1st and a lot. Jackson Young keeps it. Pitch to Caden Hernandez on the right side. Hernandez at the 20, and he's hit by Tricky Stokes. Stokes gets right up in his face and says, yeah, it's not going to go very well.
No, he did a good job supporting it because, you know, he's being shown that he's throwing deep. Got a receiver running the ball and then blocking him. He gets off that and makes the play. Impressive.
Gain of 7 on that play. It'll be 2nd and 14 from the 25-yard line. 1:05 to go, first half. Broken Arrow 35, Yukon 3. It's been all Tigers. Yukon had 1 defensive stop and 1 offensive drive that led to that 30-yard field goal. Play clock down to 2. Millers give it to the fullback Noah Davis. He picks up a few. Yeager on the tackle there, and I believe Yukon is more than happy to get to halftime.
Yes. Dave, you know, here's the crazy thing is they've been milking the clock all first half, you know, letting the play clock run all the way down into single digits.
3rd and 7 for the Millers. They don't have to snap it again in the first half, but they do. Young keeps it, now pitches it to Caden Hernandez. Hernandez had a little bit of room there before he was knocked out of bounds by Slusher. Tolbert was in on that one as well. First down, Millers, but just 7 seconds to go in the first half. Broken Arrow leading 35-3. Special treat at halftime on the Animal. The Ken Elliott halftime show features the man, the myth, the legend, Athletic Director Steve Dunn. We must be running out of guests.
No, Steve being our new athletic director, he does a fabulous job.
Did a great job on Inside Tiger Football presented by Rib Crib earlier in the season as well. 1st and 10, Millers at their own 42, 7 seconds to go first half. Jackson Young toss play to Isaiah Butler, and he lost his footing and hits the deck. First half will end like that. 35-3 our score as Broken Arrow comfortably in control.
Well, they unbalanced the line again. The second receiver was ineligible. We know that, so it's kind of hard for them to, you know, he's sealing it, and we're going to come right to the pitch. We know he's ineligible. Great half for us. Just a great half. You look at some of the statistics here. You know, we have 150 yards to their 73. You know, they've had more possession time, but we've scored so rapidly, it's kind of tough for us to have possession time because we've had 3 picks. We had the ball inside the the 50-yard line 1, 2, 3, 4 times, inside the 50-yard line 4 times. One on the plus 29, one on the plus 16. Gosh, I mean, those are field goal range possessions to begin with. And then all of a sudden.
Let's go down to Coach Alexander. Coach.
What's that, brother?
Coach, what did you think of that first half?
Interesting first half, right? Boy, their offense is tricky. Man, you make one tiny little mistake and you get out of your gap. But when you get them behind the chains on first down and second down, right, everything's in our favor. I think they've completed a bunch of passes to the Broken Arrow Tigers so far.
Coach, thanks for the time. We'll catch up with you after the game.
Yes, sir.
That's David Alexander, the head coach of the Broken Arrow Tigers. His defense doing a great job with this complicated option attack as Broken Arrow leads 35-3.
I'm not sure if it's that complicated right now. What I'm thinking is
they
need to be a little more creative, because what they're doing is, we have it basically game planned. We've taken away the fullback, we've taken away the quarterback. I mean, they've had some success on pitch, but that's what you're giving up. You're going to run the alley with a monster back. But I tell you what, most of the time it's our corners coming off blocks and making plays, because they're having trouble and difficulty blocking them. We're just too aggressive, on the perimeter. So, and our speed is really is a factor for them. So,
it's halftime here at Yukon. Broken Arrow comfortably ahead, 35-3. We'll step aside. Ken Ellett up next with the halftime show. You're listening to Broken Arrow Football.
Good evening and welcome to the BHS Pulse Halftime Show. I'm Tori Chin, here with David Grant, and we're the host of Broken Arrow High School's official morning show, GMBA.
We hope you enjoyed the first half of the action here on ArrowVision.tv. Now it's time to check out some student-produced stories over the next 15 minutes of the broadcast.
First up, though, we want to take a look back at the best highlights of this week's homecoming parade from our ArrowVision staff. And then after that, we have a student-produced video by Gianna Giovanetti about BA linebacker Gavin Potter. Check him out.
Broken Arrow senior linebacker Gavin Potter has had plenty of success this season after being moved to outside linebacker from quarterback last season. He has been a standout performer on the defense this year, recording a total of 34 tackles over the first 4 games, including 9 tackles for loss.
I got into football because my dad played football whenever he was in high school, and then he went on to play in college, like teaching me all these sports, and I saw him doing that, so that's what I wanted to play. Transitioning from quarterback to linebacker was kind of hard, like going from being not very physical to like avoiding hits to just going and pretty much hitting every play is a lot different. I think I'm having more fun at linebacker than I have ever had at quarterback. I think I'm having a lot of good success at this position because I'm getting put in good situations. So when you have a good defensive line, they have to double team and then nobody blocks me. So it makes it a lot easier on me when I have nobody blocking me because my defensive line's so good. Some of my skills that have like transitioned from quarterback to linebacker is really like the mindset that you have to have at quarterback, that you do bad one play, the next play you gotta act like it's a whole new play, everything's new. I feel like it's all mental, so like when somebody tries to get in my head, nobody's really getting in my head, but if anything, I'm getting in theirs. I feel like the whole defense, like all having like the same mindset, knowing that we just need to do our job, helps us as a team to win a state championship. We just got to keep doing what we're doing. Just because we beat Union didn't mean nothing. We're still gonna have to keep going, come out the next day of practice like every day like we're getting ready for a state championship. Because I'm ready for a state championship, and I know all the rest of them are, and I'm gonna keep getting them like ready for that championship.
Next up on the show, we take a closer look at the Tigers' two quarterbacks, Tate Robards and Quintevin Cherry, as students Andrew Wells and Gianna Giovanetti give us an inside scoop on Coach Alexander's dual QB system.
And then Nessa Hubbard and Malachi Wilson sit down with the members of Juggle Squad to hear them talk about their experiences being members of the spirited crew and what it truly means to be BA Till I Die.
Broken Arrow senior quarterbacks Tate Robards and Quintevin Cherry are having an amazing 2018 season. Dual quarterback systems a lot of times aren't successful, but Tate and Quintevin have proven otherwise while leading the Tigers to an undefeated season so far.
Getting used to the two quarterback system, you know, it really didn't take that much to get, just because like we all got to be bought into it, and you know, we both just kind of bought in, and it's been working out great. Q definitely does a lot of really good things. He's a really good runner, and he's also like a really good leader. You know, he's really good about keeping the team up and keeping me up a lot of times. You know, he's done a really good job of that.
Tate contributes to the team, you know, with some leadership and just, you know, always doing the right thing, you know, knowing what's supposed to happen when it's supposed to happen, you know, always been in tune and in sync. I feel like he's glued to the team and, you know, holds us all together.
Yeah, I definitely think we push each other to get better every day, you know. Every time someone does something good, the other person's right there. Good job, man. That was a good throw, that was a good read, good run. And even if you do something bad, it's like, hey, you got it next time. We're really good about picking each other up.
Me and Tate get along pretty good, you know. We mess with each other a lot, joke around, play around, push each other to try to get each other better every day.
The feeling that I get when both of us are contributing, you know, it's like kind of an awesome feeling, you know, knowing that like a lot of teams just have one person, but like we kind of have like a team effort, which that's kind of been like our whole mindset during the season is team effort. So like we've kind of all bought into that standard of being on the team. It's not about us. So like it's a really good feeling knowing that you get to contribute to that.
I wanted to be a part of the Jungle Squad because I like how they get everyone involved in certain things, like in games and in certain activities. They always have fun. They like having all people just be involved in all that stuff, and it's just like a really cool team to be a part of.
What made me want to be a part of the Jungle Squad was back in 9th grade, I went to a football game and I saw these guys running flags, and there was like a ton of them, and they were just going crazy. And I looked over in the student section, and it was just packed, and everyone was just having a good time. And after that, I was like, I want to be on Jungle Squad.
The Jungle Squad means everything to me. It kind of is everything that I do. Almost all of my time is taken up by it, but I wouldn't trade it for anything else. It's just really fun getting students more active and more spirited for their school and for their fellow students who are performing.
To me, the Jungle Squad is just like a symbol of unity. Like our whole job is to make a big school feel small, and that's just what we strive for.
I think the Jungle Squad strives the most to be the most spirited we can be. A couple years ago we won most spirited high school in the nation, and that's what we always want to be. We always want to be on the top, we always want to be the loudest, and we always want to be the best.
What it takes to be in the Jungle Squad is to be a leader in what you do, and don't go away from that. Try to promote school spirit and just be like really positive with our school.
To be on the Jungle Squad, you have to really be confident in yourself. You have to be able to forget what others think about you and just go strive to be the best, to strive to be kind of a little bit crazy. You have to be out there to be on the Jungle Squad, and you have to be really responsible.
As you saw in those last couple videos, it's playoff season for BA volleyball and softball. Our softball girls punched their ticket to the state tournament for the 35th time in school history. They are on an incredible 35-2 on the season and will head to Shawnee on October 11th to compete for the state title. Good luck, girls.
Last up on the show, we take a look at the unsung heroes of the Tiger football team, the O-line. Everyone knows about Noah Cortez and all of his touchdowns, but it's the guys in the front opening up the running lanes and protecting the quarterbacks that make this such a special team.
The offensive line is one of the hardest working groups on any football team, and this year's Broken Arrow offensive line is no different. This year's unit has been dominant so far in the 2018 season and only hopes to improve over the course of the season.
Definitely takes a really tough guy to be an offensive lineman. You don't really get as much glory as all the running backs. You don't get as much glory as the wide receivers who run the ball or the quarterback, but I mean all the coaches, they know who's putting in the work up front, and it wouldn't happen without the offensive lineman.
Man, this year the O-line's been so successful just because of our grit. We've been out there, we're all veterans, we've played a lot together, so we're not going out there nervous anymore. We know what we're doing, so we're laid back, but still know how to finish our business off. We just like to go out there and do what we got to do, and we don't really care if we get the credit. We know we're not going to get the credit, and we just love playing football, so we go out there and play it our hardest. Our biggest strength of our unit is probably our unity. I mean, we've all been together for a long time, and we click really well, and we're all good friends, and I guess it's just that brotherhood you get after a while, and now we're all comfortable playing.
Our goal is just to be the most physical team out there, and just from the first play, you know we're going to run it right down the middle every time, and they can't stop it just from how physical we are as a team, how tough we are.
Man, I gotta say what we enjoy doing the most is power, running power. It's what we love to do.
So as a group, we all love run blocking. We love running power. We like having Thor pull, have me and Trevor Burkhartsmeyer block the head-up guy and just put everyone into the ground. We love that.
I think we just got to work on just keeping our heads right. I mean, we know we're a great team, and we know that we have a great chance of doing well this year, and I think we just need to keep our heads straight and keep working hard for our goals. We want to be the best O-line in the state, and we want to win state and do that for our city.
Tiger Threads is your one-stop shop to get all things BA.
Whether you're a little Tiger, current student, or proud alum, a parent, or just a fan of Broken Arrow, Tiger Threads is taking black and gold to a whole new level with apparel and spirit accessories. Tiger Threads is located inside the front entrance of Broken Arrow High School and is open Monday through Friday. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and visit us online at batigerthreads.com.
Thanks for joining us on the first ever BAHS Pulse halftime show. Before we get you back to the second half of the action, we want to encourage you to visit the BAHSPulse.com for more student-produced digital media content like our weekly show GMBA, our monthly show The Pulse, and much more. Also, be sure to subscribe to our BAHS Pulse YouTube channel to get notifications when we drop new videos like the ones you saw here tonight.
And follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at BHS Pulse so you can be in the know here at BHS. Thanks for watching. Now back to the game.
My name is Abigail Bailey. I was at my yearly checkup when I was 12, and we went and got x-rays, and she diagnosed me with scoliosis and that we needed surgery as soon as possible.
Tulsa Bone and Joint was very compassionate. They took their time with us. They answered questions. He was very encouraging.
Dr. Clark helped me see that there is life after spinal fusion. Just because your spine is fused doesn't mean that you can't do what you love to do.
Tiger Threads is your one-stop shop to get all things BA. Whether you're a little Tiger, current student, or proud alum, a parent, or just a fan of Broken Arrow, Tiger Threads is taking black and gold to a whole new level with apparel and spirit accessories. Tiger Threads is located inside the front entrance of Broken Arrow High School and is open Monday through Friday. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and visit us online at batigerthreads.com.
The Tigers of 1929 tied for the Oil Valley Conference lead with rival Bixby Spartans. Broken Arrow's only loss coming at the hands of the Spartans, who finished their schedule with 2 ties and no losses. Apparently, Bixby wanted no more of our Tigers that year, as they refused a challenge from Broken Arrow after the season to play off the tie. This great moment in Tiger history is brought to you by First National Bank of Broken Arrow, a loyal fan of our community for over 100 years. First National Bank of Broken Arrow, the right balance. The 1938 Tigers were undefeated and Class B state champions. Led by all-state tackle Melvin Perry, quarterback Ralph Moore, back Jesse Kelly, and guard Jack Nafee, the Tigers squared up against heated rival Bixby to end the season. Ralph Moore, running behind some beautiful blocking, scampered 85 yards for a touchdown as the Tigers won the championship and routed the Spartans to stay undefeated. This great moment in Tiger history is brought to you by First National Bank of Broken Arrow, a loyal fan of our community for over 100 years. First National Bank of Broken Arrow, the right balance.
Happiness is getting what you want. But first, let me explain how I got here. When I needed a vehicle, I went online and saw tons of ads. Click here, buy here, come here. So overwhelming. I want the best price and selection with the least hassle. So it's simple. I clicked on MatthewsFordBA.com, made an appointment to take a test drive, and was greeted with a warm handshake and the fantastic price that matched what I saw online. Click, shop, drive at MatthewsFordBA.com, only in Broken Arrow.
My dad's always saying a little extra effort now will really pay off later. Here's how you can put in just a little extra effort and help out our schools in a big way. Just switch your checking account to TTCU. It's easy. You get $150 just for switching. And every time you use your school pride card, TTCU donates to our schools. So far, over $1 million. They're the only ones doing that. So make the switch to TTCU and be the person who's making a difference for our schools.
To get great care for your everyday life, you need more than an everyday doctor. You need one that listens. And that's just what Ascension doctors at St. John do. Listening to you helps us see your whole picture. And with care teams who take the time to understand you, getting the care you need when and where you need it has never been easier. Find care that is right for you at getstjohncare.com.
My name is Abigail Bailey. I was at my yearly checkup when I was 12, and we went and got x-rays, and she diagnosed me with scoliosis and that we needed surgery as soon as possible.
Tulsa Bone and Joint was very compassionate. They took their time with us. They answered questions. He was very encouraging.
Dr. Clark helped me see that there is life after spinal fusion. Just because your spine is fused doesn't mean that you can't do what you love to do.
Tiger Threads is your one-stop shop to get all things BA. Whether you're a little Tiger, current student, or proud alum, a parent, or just a fan of Broken Arrow, Tiger Threads is taking black and gold to a whole new level with apparel and spirit accessories. Tiger Threads is located inside the front entrance of Broken Arrow High School and is open Monday through Friday. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and visit us online at batigerthreads.com. Welcome back to Miller Stadium in Yukon, Oklahoma. It's 35-3 Broken Arrow at halftime. Both teams back on the field, stretching things out. Span of the first half numbers, clearly Broken Arrow. 150 yards, 137 rush yards, 13 pass yards. Noah Cortez having a great game, 12 carries, 97 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Tate Robards, 1 of 3 passing for 13 yards. Quintevin Cherry, 53 yards on 4 carries and a touchdown. For Yukon, it's been a struggle. Jackson Young, 0 of 4 passing, 3 interceptions. Landon Donahoe is the leading rusher, 32 yards on 3 carries. Caden Hernandez has 30 yards on 10 carries. The Millers, though, averaging just 2.6 yards per play to Broken Arrow's 7.1. It's been all Broken Arrow. We could go through the numbers all day.
Oh, I know. It's just, the possession time, think about it. They have over 15 minutes of possession time to our 8. But you got to understand, we score. We've had great field position, and we've scored 2 of our possessions in 1 play. And we don't have a possession time because of the fact that we have a short field, and it's not taking us very many plays to score. And if you think about it just through the year, just think about our whole year so far. We've had over 50 kickoffs to our opponent's 30. So we have scored a lot, but when you're in the red zone like we are, and we score 98 or 90% of the time, we've only attempted 1 field goal all year.
That's crazy to think about.
Yeah, because we score. We get into the red zone, and 98% of the time, I believe it is, we score.
It was 90 coming into tonight, 26 of 29. Okay. That's still really darn good.
Yeah.
26 scores in the red zone, 25 touchdowns.
Yeah, and we've only attempted 1 field goal, and we're 1 for 1 in field goals. And that's just unbelievable.
We continue to track record watch for Noah Cortez. He's already second all-time in Broken Arrow history for career rushing yards with 97 in the first half. That puts him 286 behind Jamal Shaw with 2 regular season games and a half remaining. Now it's become a question of when, not if. At Edmond Memorial next week. Boy, you'd love to see him break it at home.
And they're in a battle with Enid right now.
Memorial leading 21-13 at halftime in the battle for the basement of the district. as we get ready to start the second half, we really should mention that the Yukon Millers do it right when it comes to this press box and game operations. This is just a tremendous facility here at Miller Stadium. Plenty of space to provide a high-quality broadcast, Ethernet jacks, tech support, whole 9 yards. Just
a little
tremendous.
Different than last week?
I didn't say that. I just said that Yukon.
No, I just said was it a little different than last week?
Yes,
okay.
I think we've swung the pendulum, and here we go, ready for the third quarter. The Yukon kick is away, and it's a good one. No return on this one as it sails into the back of the end zone. Tigers will start 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Now, hopefully we get a lot of players in and get them working. I know it's 35-3 already. I mean, this is an offense that's not going to come from behind, obviously. Our speed has been a tremendous factor on them, and our toughness. You can see they're laying on the field a lot. They're being hit like they've never been hit before.
Tate Robards leads Broken Arrow onto the field here to start quarter number 3. Pre-snap trade as Dax Wilson, the tight end, Kaiser Newell, the H-back move from left to right. Robards takes the snap at his knees, gives to Cortez on that power to the right, following Andrew Ram. Cortez 30, 40, he could go 50, across the 40, still on his feet, and with room, 30, 20, 10, house, touchdown, Broken Arrow. Cortez snaps off an 80-yarder to start the second half.
That is crazy, just crazy. You know, and he's got a lot faster this year. We've talked about that quite a bit, but his speed, now last year he would have been caught from behind. But he's got so much, he's thinned down a little bit, he's got a lot more speed. Very impressed.
Matt Kaiser had a great downfield block there to prevent the D-back from making a tackle. Andrew Rame was leading the way, and boy, Cortez just turned on the Jets. Snap, spot, Seagraves with a low extra point. It's still good. 15 seconds into the third quarter. It's 42-3 Broken Arrow.
We've had 3 possessions now to where we've had 1 play and score from the start of our field position. We had 1 at the 47-yard line to start the game, 1 play for a touchdown, and then we had 1 on the plus 46, 1 play for a touchdown, and then we had 1 on the minus 20. So that's pretty effective right there.
Broken Arrow offensive line coach Rowdy Harper has that Run the Power podcast. We should be charging him commercials because they're putting on a clinic on that one.
I know. Anybody wants to learn how to power needs to come to Broken Arrow.
Scoring drive looks like this. 1 play, 80 yards, 15 seconds. 42-3 Tigers.
This is just like the beginning of the game. What was it, 8 seconds? But, of course, he had to run twice as far.
Tyler Crawford's left-footed kick will be returned, fielded by B.J. Lee at about his 2. Lee across the 20, still on his feet, 30-35, forced out of bounds. At about the 35 that time, the Yukon return worked pretty well.
Because they
had the right
ran
one.
it to where we kicked it.
It's funny how that works.
I know. They must have changed up their tendency a little bit, so it worked very well.
They spot the ball at the 35. 11:37 to go, third quarter. Broken Arrow 42, Yukon 3. Jackson Young under center with this option attack. Option left pitch to Isaiah Butler. Butler makes the first man miss. 45-50 into Broken Arrow territory before he's corralled out of bounds by Miles Slusher, but a nice gain by Isaiah Butler on 1st and 10 for Yukon.
Yeah, they're back in the 2-back now. They're back in the 2-back. That's the offense they need to keep right now because that's the offense that they've had more success with. So when they went down in their second drive and they kicked a field goal, they were in the 2-back all the way down. So, you know, they're able to unbalance the line and create some seams there because we're a man short in a lot of ways.
27-yard run for Isaiah Butler. 1st and 10, Millers at the Broken Arrow 38. Jackson Young pitches to Caden Hernandez around right end. They'll try this side. Kewan Tolbert there to force him out of bounds. Tricky Stokes with the support. Gain of about 4.
Yeah, but that was good play by us. We stretched it all the way to the boundary. Again, they were basically number 2 receiver was ineligible. They had 2 in the line of scrimmage, so they brought the end over, and all she was doing is just blocking. So, you know, what we did was just force it all the way to the boundary. Very good. Very good defense.
2nd and a short 7 for the Millers. 10:37 to go. First, check that, 3rd quarter. My math has been off all night. It's the option. Jackson Young pitches this one. It's Hernandez again.
They're hitting our monster play, or monster guy coming down and hitting the alley. Great fit on the run. Now this is their 3rd time inside the 40 now. They've had a field goal, an interception. Now this is the 3rd time. But when you're going to cut upfield early and short like they did there, expect to get hit.
Give him a yard on that one. It'll be 3rd and 6 from the 39. 34. 3rd and 6 from the 34. Broken Arrow leading 42-3. Jackson Young takes a snap. Option pitch, all ball's on the turf, and now it's kicked. It's still loose. Broken Arrow's going to chase this one down. Somebody's going to get on it. Kewan Tolbert finally falls on it at the 30. Bryce Machota tried to scoop and score. Tolbert falls on it. Broken Arrow takes over, capitalizes on a big Yukon mistake.
Man, I thought we were going to scoop that. You know, you can tell Bryce is a wrestler and not a baseball player. He would have scooped that one early.
He had 6. He had the end zone in his eyes, and it was wide open, but he just overshot it. Kewan Tolbert, the recovery, and it'll be 1st and 10 BA at the Yukon 31-yard line with 9:34 to go in the 3rd, leading 42-3.
Again, I think we have pretty good field position.
Kaiser Newell goes in motion left to right. Tate Robards takes the step. Play fake, sets up with time, looking deep for Matt Kaiser. Kaiser tried to adjust and come back to it, but it's incomplete. Good coverage by B.J. Lee to stay with him on that one. Tigers took a shot on 1st down.
Well, he was open. It was a double move. It was out and up, and he was open, just underthrew it. They throw it. If he threw it on, you know, on target, it would have been an easy touchdown. He was really, really wide open. I like seeing that. But I just really think we need to find more creative ways to get Matt Kaiser the ball a little bit more. I'm going to have to talk with Coach Wilkinson about that.
2nd and 10 from the 31. Tigers shift the strength. Robards toss to Cortez. Cortez cuts it back. Far side outside the numbers. Inside the 20. He's got a First National Bank 1st down. He's brought down at the 16.
Nice, run the toss sweep. We haven't seen that in a while. Very nice. You know, it's like you're always expecting that power. They tried to force the edge. We cut underneath it. Great run by Noah. How many yards does he have right now?
192.
Wow.
15 yards on that carry. Gives him 192 on 14 carries and 4 touchdowns.
Unbelievable.
Robards takes the snap, gives to Cortez again. Stutter steps at the line, tried to shake free of a tackle, but he couldn't. Cale Fouts, the middle linebacker, brings him down after a gain of maybe 1.
Yeah, good thing he got him because he was about to pop out on that edge.
They'll call it no gain, 2nd and 10. Broken Arrow 42, Yukon 3, 8:20 to go, 3rd quarter. Glad you're with us for Broken Arrow football on ArrowVision at 97.1 FM, the sports animal. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Robards out of the gun, quick pass complete. That's Keller. Keller stretches to the outside. No, it's Client. Client inside the 10, and he's going to score. Trayvon Client.
Good. I like that dual read that we're doing. We're running the counter. We run the counter in the boundary. And
there's a flag. It's a flag back at the 23.
Well, we run the counter in the boundary, and what we did this time is, we had a dual read on it, so we threw it out on the edge on a little smoke. The client did a great job putting it in there.
All that for nothing. It's a hold on the Tigers, and it's coming back.
God, how can you get a hole when the ball's out that fast?
Maybe when you're leading 42-3.
Well, but I mean, he took the ball out of there and threw it on the boundary so fast, it's kind of hard to hold, in my opinion.
It'll be 2nd and 27 from the 33. Robards out of the gun, firing. That's caught by Logan Matthews. Matthews inside the 20, or he's forced out of bounds. Give him 12 on that one. It'll be 3rd and long.
Well, he got about 7 yards after the catch. So, and that's what you always want with your receivers is yards after catch. And that was about 7. That was good. That was impressive. We do a good job on after we catch the ball. Our receivers do.
3rd and 15 coming from the 21-yard line. Tigers 4 of 5 on 3rd down so far tonight. 4 receiver look for the Tigers. 3 left, 1 to the right. Robards out of the gun, back to pass with time, firing. Flag comes in, but it's caught. Touchdown, Broken Arrow.
God, and he pushed him down, too.
Colton Fair hauls it in for the Tiger touchdown.
Did he not push him down? Let's see. He pushed him down as he was catching. Yeah. Great catch.
First career touchdown by Colton Fair, just his 2nd catch of the season. He had 1 catch last year, 1 catch so far tonight. That a big one, a 21-yard touchdown catch. Skylar Seagraves on for the extra point to try and make it 49-3. Snap spot, kick is up, and it's good. 6:58 to go in the 3rd. Broken Arrow 49, Yukon 3. This is Broken Arrow football.
Happiness is getting what you want.
My dad's always saying a little extra effort now will really pay off later. Here's how you can put in just a little extra effort and help out our schools in a big way. Just switch your checking account to TTCU. It's easy. You get $150 just for switching. And every time you use your school pride card, TTCU donates to our schools. So far, over $1 million. They're the only ones doing that. So make the switch to TTCU and be the person who's making a difference for our schools.
To get great care for your everyday life, you need more than an everyday doctor. You need one that listens. And that's just what Ascension doctors at St. John do. Listening to you helps us see your whole picture. And with care teams who take the time to understand you, getting the care you need when and where you need it has never been easier. Find care that is right for you at getstjohncare.com.
My name is...
Welcome back to Yukon. Isaiah Butler returned to the Tyler Crawford kick to the 25-yard line. Miller's, though, in serious trouble, down 49-3 to number 1 Broken Arrow, 6:44 to go in the 3rd. Tiger football brought to you in part by TTCU Federal Credit Union, reminding you life is better in balance, by the Arrow Group, sound strategies for risk management, and by Matthews Ford. 1st and 10, Yukon at its own 25-yard line. Miller's in big trouble. Jackson Young takes the snap, keeps it himself. Campbell Yeager all over him, grabs him and would have thrown him down, but they blew it dead to protect the quarterback. Great play by Yeager.
I tell you what, our defensive game plan is just superb. You know, we are shutting every facet of the option down, and it's a big play offense, especially with the pitch. But we're running that stuff down. It's not hurting us.
Tiger football also brought to you by First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First National people, put people first. 5:54 to go in the 3rd. Broken Arrow 42, check that, 49. Yukon 3, they're creeping up on us. Jackson Young keeps it on the option, now pitches to 21, Hernandez. Hernandez across the 30, right about the 35. He's got enough, I think, for a Miller first down.
That was probably the most success they've had running that pitch into the boundary like that. A lot of it's been to the field because that little running back has some pretty good speed.
8th first down of the night for Yukon. Miller's now with 79 rushing yards, no passing yards. 1st and 10 from the 36. That was awkward. Flag on the play. Who jumped? They're moving him back. It looks like Broken Arrow got in the zone, but boy.
Yeah, doing that freeze count.
This is a weird looking play.
Yeah, we're just getting antsy, wanting to get off the ball fast. The neat thing about our defense is every one of them wants to make a play. That's what makes them really good.
The 1st and 5, 4:42 to go, third quarter. Jackson Young, back to pass, batted away by Ty Rozelle. Nice play there. He got a hand up there and knocked it away. It was a single receiver route. Jackson Young just 3-step drops and throws up a prayer, and Ty Rozelle came over the top and knocked that one down because the receiver, Hofer, was behind his corner. So good play by Rozelle there to knock that one down. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Where you got to kind of be careful the way we're rolling our secondary there is, a lot of teams will play action and then drag a shallow guy across the field. And, when you're rolling it like that, you don't have anybody to cover that.
Miller's give it to the fullback, and it goes nowhere. Noah Davis took the handoff. Joseph Day was right in there. Jalen Moss was right in there.
Man.
Tiger D tackles just swallowed that one up.
That's our D-line, yep. People run the option a lot of times because they have angles on your D-line. But our D-line is just controlling the line of scrimmage by making plays.
Jackson Young now pulls out from under center and looks back toward the sideline. 3rd and 5 coming here from the Miller 40. Broken Arrow 49, Yukon 3. 3:13 to go, third quarter. Young takes the snap, rides out that dive fake, now pitches to Caden Hernandez. Hernandez near side, close to the sideline at about the 45. We'll see where they mark it. It's kind of tough to tell the angle, but it's going to be inside the 45, and it's going to be 4th and about 2.
Yeah, they're finding success running the ball into the boundary, towards us. So it's that's kind of an interesting maneuver there.
4th and 1 from the 44. Jackson Young, quarterback sneak. Didn't need a whole lot.
I don't think he got it.
It's pretty close. If he got it, it's barely.
I just don't think he got it. I think our D-line stemmed down, penetrated well. I think they're giving a pretty generous spot.
They're going to give it to him. First down, Yukon. Didn't even have to measure.
Yeah, we're not going to argue.
Right.
We got 200 yards more offense than they do, so I don't think we'll argue too much.
So 1st and 10, Yukon from the Miller 45. 2:09 to go, third quarter. Broken Arrow 49, Yukon 3. If you joined us late, you've missed a bunch of big plays. Noah Cortez has 4 touchdowns on 192 yards. Quintevin Cherry has a long touchdown run, as this is a option left to Isaiah Butler. Butler picks up about 4 just inside midfield. The other touchdown came on a Tate Robards pass to Colton Fair.
They were showing the boundary again, then they pivoted and ran to the field. So they had us moving, and so we're a little late on the pitch.
We'll call it 2nd and 5 from the 50. 1:25 to go, third quarter. Jackson Young back under center in this Miller option look. They hand it off to the fullback, Davis, and Joseph Day was right there to grab him and throw him down. Half a yard, if that.
Yeah. You know, that's one of the biggest threats you got to control is you got to control the fullback dive. And we're doing that without using linebackers. We're letting our line control the fullback, and that's really effective for us because now we've got more bodies on the pitch and the quarterback.
Here comes Yukon to the line, 3rd and 4 from the Broken Arrow 49, 35 seconds to go, third quarter. Broken Arrow up 49-3. Jackson Young pitches. This is Caden Hernandez. Hernandez has the first down near side, forced out of bounds at the 39-yard line.
That's some speed there. That young man's got some speed.
They've broken a few when they can get to the outside, but not a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
Miller's tonight averaging 2.6 yards per carry. Yards per play, it's 2.4. Broken Arrow averaging 10.3. 15 seconds to go, third quarter. Jackson Young fakes the toss sweep, rolls out. He's going to pass, firing, horribly underthrown. He was under pressure.
Yeah.
And it bounces off the turf short. 9 seconds to go in the third. Broken Arrow leading 49-3.
Jalen had so much pressure on him he couldn't throw the ball very effectively. And there again, that's a great sign when your D-line is making the quarterback very uncomfortable.
2nd and 10 from the 39. Jackson Young under center. Isaiah Butler went in motion. They freeze. Look back to the sideline to adjust the play. Now we're ready. Young takes the snap, fakes the dive, pitch right side. Caden Hernandez around the 40, 35 to about the 31. Third quarter comes to an end with Broken Arrow leading Yukon 49-3. We'll step aside. Fourth quarter after this. You're listening to Tiger Football. Tiger Threads is your one-stop shop to get all things BA. Whether you're a little Tiger, current student, or proud alum, a parent, or just a fan of Broken Arrow, Tiger Threads is taking black and gold to a whole new level with apparel and spirit accessories. Tiger Threads is located inside the front entrance of Broken Arrow High School and is open Monday through Friday. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and visit us online at batigerthreads.com. Welcome back to Miller Stadium in Yukon. 3 quarters in the books. Number 1 Broken Arrow all over Yukon, 49-3. The Owasso Rams leading Mustang 14-10 at halftime. That game kicked off at 7:30 in Owasso. Westmore's trailing Santa Fe 7-0 in the third. Edmond Memorial, who the Tigers will travel to play next week, leads Enid 21-13 at the half. Back here in Yukon, 49-3 Broken Arrow. 3rd and 2 coming for Yukon from the Broken Arrow 31-yard line. Jackson Young takes the snap, just powers ahead. Looks like they've got another first down.
They're doing a good job controlling the ball here, especially, getting the ball in the perimeter now. They're finding ways to get the ball on the pitch in the perimeter. It's not easy on them, but they're finding ways to do it, and that's the reason why they're having so much success, because they have over 24 minutes, almost 21 minutes of possession time compared to ours 11.
This is the 13th play of the Miller drive. 1st and 10 from the 28. Young under center. Ball's on the turf. Looks like the fullback Davis fell on it, but a couple Tigers were all over it. Colton Collier dove there, and Davis is slow to get up. He might have landed on that football when he dove on it. Kind of looks like it.
Yeah.
Trying to shake himself loose. Fall on that football, hits you in the wrong spot, and you're going to have a bad time. Loss of 2 on the fumble, 2nd and 12 coming from the 30. Tigers almost jumped. No flag on the freeze count. Now a late flag. And they will get a broken arrow for the offside. The linesman on the near side.
Why didn't you throw the flag when it happened?
Right. It was almost like he was waiting for the head linesman on the far side near the chains to throw it, because it was on his side of the field. It was the left defensive tackle for broken arrow. And I guess when he didn't throw it, the coaches for Yukon said, hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
And then he said, yeah, you're right.
I guess
got
I
the
better
flag out and
throw
threw
it.
it. So 5-yard penalty there makes it 2nd and 7. We're up to the 25-yard line. Still 10 to go here in the game. All sorts of chaos before the snap. That ball might have been on the turf. It was like they snapped it before Young was ready for it. Millers, though, recover. No flag.
Wow,
that
was crazy.
Just a bizarre play, I guess.
Yeah. It's like no one moved except for the center snapping the ball.
Center must have had the wrong count, because when he snapped it, the Tiger defense came and you watch it live and it looked like a trick play or some sort of, just kind of like when you've got the computer and it's running on its last legs and it's frozen. It's just
we're getting off the ball quick too.
Yukon could use a control out delete on the whole night. 3rd and 8 from the 26. Jackson Young option left side pitch to Isaiah Butler. Butler 25, stretching into the sideline, just inside the 20. Gavin Potter and Jalen Johnson in on that stop. It's going to be 4th and about 4. 5 yards on that play. 4th and 4 coming up. They've got it spotted at the 22.
Yeah, being down 49-3, obviously they have to go for it.
This is the 15th play of the Yukon drive. It started with 6:44 to go in the 3rd.
But that's a sign of a good defense, is don't break.
4th and 4 from the 22. New quarterback for Yukon. This is Levi Davis under center. He looks back to the sideline now. Levi Davis will not get to run the play because Yukon takes a timeout.
Yeah, well, again, that's a sign of a good defense, of making them snap the ball and just bend, don't break. Because typically in offense, if they have that many plays, they're going to turn the ball over or make a drastic mistake. And so that's the sign of what it is. So here they are, 4th and 4. They have to go for it. Pressure's on them, because we're going to come after them right here.
This drive is 10 minutes, 27 seconds so far. 15 play, 53 yards. It started after that kickoff, and Yukon's kept it for almost a full quarter.
And they've gone through a few 4th downs, and I think this is their second 4th down? I think it's their second 4th down of this drive. So I mean, they've ran the downs all the way. It hasn't been easy for them.
Jackson Young had a quarterback sneak on 4th and 1 back in Miller territory. There's 2 other 3rd down conversions. Now here it's 4th and 4.
Yeah.
Still the backup quarterback, Levi Davis. He's under center. Reverse toss play, and that's going to be swallowed up by Campbell Yeager.
God, what a great read. It wasn't a bad play selection on them, but we just played good, disciplined football right there.
Yeager stayed at home and shut down the reverse. Turnover on downs. Broken Arrow football.
Great job by Campbell Yeager. You know, they're trying to run underneath that other slot coming back. Just perfect read. It was a good play. I think a good play call for them. Just a very disciplined defense by us.
7:56 to go in the game. Broken Arrow leading 49-3. Quintevin Cherry, the quarterback. Noah Cortez, the tailback. 1st and 10, Broken Arrow at the Miller 25-yard line. Cherry out of the gun, hands off to Cortez on the dive. Cortez shakes off a first man outside the hash marks, trying to string it out to the sideline. Not a whole lot there. Owen Olson threw him down.
He just keeps fighting for yardage, though, even though he didn't make any. He keeps fighting for it. It's hard to bring him down. That was a zone play, and they just bounced it. They made us bounce it outside, and they did a good job defensively stretching it to the boundary.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 coming from the 26. 7:15 to go. 4th quarter. Broken Arrow 49, Yukon 3. Quintevin Cherry, the quarterback, with trips to the right. Cortez, the tailback. Give us to Cortez on that counter. Fighting to the just shy of the 30. Not a whole lot there either.
They haven't had a whole lot of success with that counter. We haven't. They've done a good job defending it. But last time we ran the counter, we have a dual read off of this. They got to be careful because we'll throw it out on the perimeter out here.
Ball's on the 27-yard line. It's 3rd and 9. Cortez is up to 194 yards on the game, 17 carries, 4 touchdowns. Here's Cherry, back to pass. Now feeling the pressure, steps up in the pocket. He's loose, stretching it outside the hash marks, 30, 35. Waiting for a late hit and no flag. Wow, the official turned his back to spot the ball, and Cherry almost made it to the track.
Great stiff arm, though, wasn't it, to stay alive in the run? He's such a big quarterback, and he has those long arms, and, boy, you come up there and try to make a tackle, he's going to make you pay for it. He's just going to stiff arm you.
Cherry got to the 39, First National Bank first down. Clock winding, 5:58 to go in the game. Broken Arrow in cruise control, 49-3.
I think we're in the 4th quarter, or what we call 5th quarter, I should say. We're running time off the clock. We're going to be in single digits before we snap the ball.
Keon Barnett, the tailback. Cherry swings it out. Quick pass caught by Trayvon Client. Client stretching it outside the numbers to about the 36. Gain of 3 on that one. Check that. I'm going the wrong way. That's the 44. Gain of 5. 2nd and 5.
Well, throwing the ball out on the perimeter. I love that, obviously. And I think it's a great concept. And he's just like very close of breaking that thing off for more yardage.
Tigers still in their huddle. Play clock running at 17. They're in no hurry as we hit the 5-minute mark. Broken Arrow leading 49-3. The Tigers are going to go to 8-0. Quintevin Cherry out of the gun, takes the snap, gives to Keon Barnett. Barnett spins past the first tackler, picks up about 2 to the 47.
It's good to see these other bodies in the game right now. This is such great experience for them when you can do that. When you give them a quarter of a play in a varsity game versus a varsity defense. Live action, really important for the development of our players.
It's 3rd and 2 from the 47. Quintevin Cherry out of the gun. Takes the snap, keeps it, pulls it away from Barnett. Cherry's across the 50. He has room. 45, 35, 30, 20, 10, 5, house. Touchdown, Broken Arrow. Quintevin Cherry, an exclamation mark on this ball game.
Wow, he just...
There is a late flag at the 9.
Looks like we got a little away from a little hold there too, but what a great play. Gosh, I'll tell you what.
Got a block in the back on the Tigers, so we'll take the touchdown off the board. Jake Raines is in at quarterback for Broken Arrow. That penalty will move it back to the 18-yard line. So wipe off the touchdown for Q. Jake Raines is in at quarterback for Broken Arrow. Alex Arroyo is back there with them, as is Keon Barnett. Raines takes the snap, hands to Barnett. Barnett straight ahead. Look at the cut. Keon Barnett is going to score.
Golly.
Touchdown, Broken Arrow. Keon Barnett, the youngster.
What a great run. Look at this. This is a fabulous run. Running a power play. He gets caught up. He cuts underneath and makes a good cut and scores.
Ryan Chapman, number 75. Great block there. Sealed off that hole. 18-yard touchdown run by Keon Barnett. 55-3 Broken Arrow with 3:37 to go. Snap spot, Skylar Seagraves. The left-footed extra point is good, and it's 56-3 Broken Arrow. We'll keep it here with 3:37 to go. You assume Noah Cortez's night is done. 17 carries, 194 yards, and 4 touchdowns.
You know, that's twice he's almost had the 200 point, pretty close to it. But, God, he's been impressive tonight. Cherry's been impressive when he's in there. I mean, what a great offense when he's in there. What a threat. I mean, the young man is getting better throwing the football. Obviously he can run the offense, but, God, he can run the football. He's just hard to come down. He's got that long arm so he can stiff arm you. He's very impressive.
Noah Cortez now just 189 yards away from tying Jamal Shaw for the all-time Broken Arrow school record. He needs 190 to break it. You think he might do it next week against Edmond Memorial, but boy, it sure would be nice if we could find a way to do it at home on senior night against Enid back at the Woodshed on November 1st. We can handle the math on that one next week. Quintevin Cherry, 6 carries, 99 yards in that 46-yard touchdown run. He also completed a pass for 5 yards. Here's Tyler Crawford, left-footed kick is away, angling back to the right side. It bounces into the end zone for a touchback. Millers will have it at their own 20, down 56-3 with 3:37 to go. Santa Fe just dropped in another touchdown on Westmore to go up 14-0 that game in the third. It is fall break, but we'll have the Squirtle High School scoreboard show coming up after we're done here on the Animal.
We got a whole new defense in, so this is going to be good for us here to play this option, pursue, chase the ball, be physical and tough, control the fullback.
Millers have a lot of their twos in, as well as starting with quarterback Levi Davis. Davis hands it off to 29 Makari Slaughter, and Slaughter has a seam, 45. He stepped out of bounds. They're going to mark him short of midfield at the 47, but man, Makari Slaughter took that one right side, and he almost went to the house.
The kid's got some speed. He does. He's had a few moments on our starting defense as well, but working with this group.
Makari Slaughter, 27-yard gain there. First down, Millers at the 47. Inside 3 minutes to go now. Broken Arrow 56, Yukon 3. Two-back set for the Millers. Option left. This is a pitch. Left side. Not a whole lot. There's Zeno Marcaselli on the tackle. Cameron Smith was the ball carrier for the Millers there. Give him 2.5, if you will. 3 between friends. It's 2nd and 7.
Good pursuit. You know, our pursuit chased it down, so that was really a good job.
2:25 to go, fourth quarter. Broken Arrow comfortably ahead, 56-3. 2nd and 8, Millers at their own 49. Makari Slaughter around the right side, stiff arms a man, but Marshawn Johnson, great tackle in the backfield.
Very nice.
Loss of about 5 on that one. It'll be 3rd and 12.
Yeah, that was a very nice tackler. He would have been around the edge. They're trying to run that same play to get him on the edge quickly.
This will be the first of 3 straight Thursday night games for the Broken Arrow Tigers. We'll be with you 1 week from tonight at Edmond, Santa Fe, as we take on Edmond Memorial. Cross your fingers. Get that duct tape and bubble gum out. We'll rack our engineering brains to try and figure out a better way to get on the air from the press box of doom. Our friends here in Yukon have it figured out. Couldn't be more appreciative of all the efforts from the Yukon staff here, as the option play on 3rd and 12 for Yukon goes even farther back, and it'll be 4th and about 16. Minute 13 to go, clock running. Broken Arrow and Yukon both just trying to get this game over.
Boy, I tell you what, I'll tell you, this little defensive group, this is a good sign of what we have coming up. You know, we're going to graduate a lot of players next year, and this is going to be really impressive to see what they do. They chase the football. They do things right.
Punt team is out for the Millers with 42 seconds to go. Caden Allen is the punter. Takes a couple steps to his right, gets the punt away. Tigers will just get away from it. Trayvon Client was back to return it. He has nothing to do with it. They'll mark it down to the 17, and the Tigers have come out and kneel on it and go to 8-0 for the first time since Rick Jones led the Tigers to an 8-0 start in 1997. Broken Arrow was also 8-0 in 1986, but both of those two teams lost out. In 1954, Joe Robinson led Broken Arrow to a 10-0-1 record, but the Tigers were 6-0-1 after a 7-7 tie with Nowata in Week 7. That was the year the OSSAA voted not to have playoffs. It was the only year since 1944 the OSSAA decided not to have playoffs. They voted the year before, allegedly, according to Daily Oklahoman Archives. They thought there was too much pressure to win. So Broken Arrow broken too much pressure to win, and it made a long season for the coaches. So the year that Broken Arrow went 10-0-1, there was not a championship game. Hopefully we can change that this year. Tigers 8-0, looking like they're in great shape to go to 10-0 on the season as Broken Arrow kneels it down, and that will do it here from Yukon.
Best play in football right there.
A very convincing 56-3 win for the Broken Arrow Tigers. We'll take a timeout. Back with the post-game show after this. You're listening to Broken Arrow Football.
The Tigers of 1929 tied for the Oil Valley Conference lead with rival Bixby Spartans. Broken Arrow's only loss coming at the hands of the Spartans, who finished their schedule with 2 ties and no losses. Apparently, Bixby wanted no more of our Tigers that year, as they refused a challenge from Broken Arrow after the season to play off the tie. This great moment in Tiger history is brought to you by First National Bank of Broken Arrow, a loyal fan of our community for over 100 years. First National Bank of Broken Arrow, the right balance. The 1938 Tigers were undefeated and Class B state champions, led by All-State tackle Melvin Perry, quarterback Ralph Moore, back Jesse Kelly, and guard Jack Nafee. The Tigers squared up against heated rival Bixby to end the season. Ralph Moore, running behind some beautiful blocking, scampered 85 yards for a touchdown as the Tigers won the championship and routed the Spartans to stay undefeated. This great moment in Tiger history is brought to you by First National Bank of Broken Arrow, a loyal fan of our community for over 100 years. First National Bank of Broken Arrow, the right balance.
Happiness is getting what you want. But first, let me explain how I got here. When I needed a vehicle, I went online and saw tons of ads. Click here, buy here, come here. So overwhelming. I want the best price and selection with the least hassle. So it's simple. I clicked on MatthewsFordBA.com, made an appointment to take a test drive, and was greeted with a warm handshake and the fantastic price that matched what I saw online. Click, shop, drive at MatthewsFordBA.com, only in Broken Arrow.
My dad's always saying a little extra effort now will really pay off later. Here's how you can put in just a little extra effort and help out our schools in a big way. Just switch your checking account to TTCU. It's easy. You get $150 just for switching. And every time you use your school pride card, TTCU donates to our schools. So far, over $1 million. They're the only ones doing that. So make the switch to TTCU and be the person who's making a difference for our schools.
Welcome back to Miller Stadium in Yukon, Oklahoma. The #1 Broken Arrow Tigers are 8-0 on the season for the first time since 1997. Broken Arrow, a 56-3 winner over Yukon tonight. Spav, you've had a chance to digest some of the post-game stats. What jumps out at you tonight?
Well, turnovers, #1. You know, we had 5 turnovers tonight, so we're plus 10 on the turnover margin, which is really an impressive stat right there. You know, obviously we tripled them in the offense because we could run the ball. We had a lot of quick drives, you know, possession time, but you know, we did a good job just as far as penalties and things. We really didn't have a whole lot of penalties that really affected us and hurt us a little bit. We had a few little jumping offside and stuff, but you know, other than that, we did really a good job. I think it was a pretty clean game for us. We came out, it looks like, pretty healthy. You can tell our shape is a lot better than theirs, even at this time of the year. We're very aggressive. I really thought we did a good job on that. I really do. Now, of our stats, where I really thought we did a real good job was our conversions, our efficiencies on first down and our third down conversions. But more importantly, some of the things that really happened was the field position. Oh, my gosh. We had such great field position a lot of times with the bad punts. Our defense really created a lot of that.
351 total yards for the Broken Arrow Tigers tonight. 300 on the ground, 51 through the air. Yukon just 129 yards. All of them on the ground. No passing yards, no completed passes for Yukon tonight. 3 passes completed to Broken Arrow in the form of interceptions. Noah Cortez, 17 carries, 194 yards, and 4 touchdowns. The 194 yards is his second most on the season. He had 200 yards in that Norman game when he had 6 touchdowns in the first half. 4 touchdowns tonight for Cortez. Quintevin Cherry, 6 carries, 99 yards, including a 46-yard touchdown run. 16.5 yard per carry, not a bad average. Keon Barnett, the youngster, 2 carries, 21 yards, and a touchdown. Tate Robards was 3 of 6 passing for 46 yards and a touchdown. That came to Colton Fair. Fair, the leading receiver tonight, 1 catch, 21 yards. Isaiah Keller, Logan Matthews, and Trayvon Client also had a catch each. For Yukon, Caden Hernandez was their leading rusher, 16 carries, 66 yards. 4.1 yards per carry on him. He was the wingback that found some space on the perimeter at times. Isaiah Butler, 10 carries, 39 yards, 3.9 yards per carry there. Landon Donahoe was Yukon's leader coming into the game. 3 carries for 32 yards. Not a whole lot. Jackson Young, 7 carries, loss of 29 yards. Some of those came on fumbles and sacks and all sorts of stuff, but the quarterback really was not a threat at all tonight.
No, but I tell you, when you have the ball for 31 minutes and 52 seconds, almost 32 minutes, and you only have 129 yards offense, that's great defense. I mean, what it is we're making them snap the football, and they're not getting very many yards at it. And then what's happening is, sooner or later down the line, they're going to break down, whether it's an interception or turnover, I should say, punting, losing downs, or missed field goal or whatever that can happen. Those things happen along the way, and that's what makes our defense so good. Is they may bend a little bit, especially when something abnormal like they faced tonight with this option game. They may bend a lot at times, but they didn't bend very much. But they were just so effective chasing the football, stopping it, and creating turnovers.
The 129 yards allowed the second-best performance for the Tiger defense on the season. You might remember in Week 2, Broken Arrow just totally dominated Mansfield on defense. The Tigers there managed just 14 rushing yards and 36 passing yards. Hard to believe there. Just a 50-yard performance for Mansfield, but 129 tonight, still pretty darn good. The Tigers held Yukon to just 5 of 13 on third downs. BA was 7 of 8 on third downs. Did have a turnover on downs. A fourth down conversion failed, but all in all, a great night for the Broken Arrow Tigers. They are 8-0 and can lock up the district title officially next week at Edmond Memorial. We'll take a quick break, back with the scoring summary and the recap, and Spav and I will put a bow on this one after this. You're listening to Broken Arrow Football.
To get great care for your everyday life, you need more than an everyday doctor. You need one that listens. And that's just what Ascension doctors at St. John do. Listening to you helps us see your whole picture. And with care teams who take the time to understand you, getting the care you need when and where you need it has never been easier. Find care that is right for you at getstjohncare.com.
My name is Abigail Bailey. I was at my yearly checkup when I was 12, and we went and got x-rays, and she diagnosed me with scoliosis and that we needed surgery as soon as possible.
Tulsa Bone and Joint was very compassionate. They took their time with us. They answered questions. He was very encouraging.
Dr. Clark helped me see that there is life after spinal fusion. Just because your spine is fused doesn't mean that you can't do what you love to do.
My dad's always saying a little extra effort now will really pay off later. Here's how you can put in just a little extra effort and help out our schools in a big way. Just switch your checking account to TTCU. It's easy. You get $150 just for switching. And every time you use your school pride card, TTCU donates to our schools. So far, over $1 million. They're the only ones doing that. So make the switch to TTCU and be the person who's making a difference for our schools.
Charlie Hanema and Steve Spavital back with you here from Yukon, where the Broken Arrow Tigers beat Yukon 56-3 to improve to 8-0 on the season. Noah Cortez got it started early. The first play from scrimmage for the Broken Arrow offense, a 47-yard touchdown run, made it 7-0. Yukon then answered with an 8-play, 65-yard drive, ran 4.5 minutes off the clock before settling for a 30-yard field goal by Cody Watson. 7-3 after one. Second quarter, all Broken Arrow. Noah Cortez, a 1-yard rush, capped off an 11-play, 59-yard drive. That made it 14-3. Then Quintevin Cherry off a turnover, 46-yard touchdown, made it 21-3. After another turnover, check that. That was after the short punt where the Tigers took over at the 16. Noah Cortez had another 1-yard touchdown run, 28-3. That was the score then. Machota had a pick six, 16-yard return, It was 35-3. 35-3 Tigers at the half. Third quarter, opening play. Noah Cortez again, an 80-yard touchdown run. Made it 42-3, 15 seconds into the third. Then later in the third, Tate Robards connected with Colton Fair, a 21-yard touchdown catch, his first of his career. Made it 49-3 Broken Arrow. And then in the fourth, Keon Barnett capped off a 7-play, 74-yard drive with an 18-yard touchdown. That's how we got to 56-3. Broken Arrow, number 1 in the state and 8-0. Spav, final thoughts as we look ahead to Edmond Memorial 1 week from tonight.
Well, I tell you, you're impressed with everything right now. I was impressed with our special teams, the way when we kicked off, we covered so well. I was impressed with offense, obviously, and defense. So, we're getting better. I see us getting better, and I see the way we're starting to drop back and throw the ball a little bit more. But I think that we got to find some ways to get our better athletes the ball sometimes in space. And sometimes that's like with Matt Kaiser. We need to find a way to give him the ball. We need to utilize our running backs a little bit more on some of the passing game. And these will help us down the line. And I know we're working on that stuff, but sometimes I'd like to see it to create some statistics, for our opponents to check. So it could be as easy as, hey, let's fake a punt. People need to know we have a fake punt in, and people need to know that we are able to create things in all different phases.
Tigers have the district championship pretty much locked up. Broken Arrow 8-0 in the season, 5-0 in the season, or 5-0 in the district race. Santa Fe, Jinx, and Westmore are all bottled up at 3-1. Santa Fe is playing Westmore right now, and then Santa Fe has to play Jinx next week. So only one team can finish with one loss out of those three, and Broken Arrow's beaten all of them. So next week against Edmond Memorial, the Tigers can officially clinch that district championship with the win.
Maybe Noah can get up to 200, and get his yardage that he needs.
Yeah, Noah Cortez, as we've been mentioning, we've been tracking him on that Broken Arrow school record, 189 yards away from tying Jamal Shaw for the all-time Broken Arrow record. All Tigers in this one, 56-3 the final. Make sure you join us Tuesday at 6:30 for Inside Tiger Football presented by Rib Crib. Coach Alexander and I will look back at this game and look ahead to Edmond Memorial. First of 3 straight Thursday night games for us here on 97.1 FM, the Sports Animal, and ArrowVision at Edmond Memorial 1 week from tonight, then back home for senior night. Love to see you at Tiger Field November 1st against the Enid Plainsmen, 7 o'clock kickoff. And we would love to have a full house there as we get ready for the 2018 playoffs. It's been a special year already for Broken Arrow, and we're just getting started. The statistician for tonight's game was Mr. Daniel Hendrickson. J.D. Dalton mans the controls at Sports Animal World Headquarters. Our ArrowVision broadcast was directed by Nolan Couch and engineered by Terry Sprider. For my partner, Steve Spavital, this is Charlie Hanema saying good night from Yukon, where the Broken Arrow Tigers moved to 8-0 with a 56-3 win.